Hi, my name is David Scott with Corporate Chaplains of America. I am excited to be here today to talk to you about a new benefit. Today I'm going to take about the next 10, maybe 12 minutes to talk to you about the chaplain program, what it is, what it is not, and what you can expect from your new chaplain. Now I want you to pay special close attention because at the very end I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask questions. If you can ask me any question that I might not have heard of before or that I don't know the answer to, your owner here, he has promised to give you $5. First of all, let me let you know that you are not guinea pigs. The idea of chaplaincy or workplace chaplains has been around for many years. In fact, there are over 4,000 chaplains serving in workplaces right now as we speak. NASCAR has a chaplain. The military has a chaplain. Even hospitals have a chaplain. We do exactly what they do, only we do it in the workplace. So how does it work? First, and the first thing you can expect from your new chaplain is that he's going to walk in and meet you and talk with you just to say hi. He just wants to give you a word of encouragement, maybe get to know your name, get to know a little bit about what you do, and build that relationship. Maybe get to know your family members' names. You see, we have found that when people go through a difficult time, it is much easier to talk to somebody who is a friend rather than a stranger. The second thing that you can expect is when you dial this number that's on this card right here is a red number. This red number is your chaplain's pager number. When you dial that number from any phone in America, your chaplain will respond to that phone call within 10 to 15 minutes. We take this very seriously. Now you may be sitting there thinking, what in the world is going to happen? This new chaplain walking in, is he going to come in with this great big black Bible and a big plastic hairdo and a three-piece suit and push me and tell me what to do? Let me just calm your fears. That is not what this program is about. You see, we're caregivers in the workplace. You may have a question about the Bible, and maybe you have a prayer request, and your chaplain is a spiritual leader, but what we are crisis caregivers. Let me give you a few examples. Suppose someone has to go in the hospital for surgery. We hope that's not the case, but if it is, your chaplain, with your permission, why, he'll go to the hospital and meet you there. And with your permission, he will pray with you before the surgery. He will even go and wait with your family in the waiting room, the surgical waiting room there, and serve them in any way he can. And with your permission, when the doctor comes out and gives that all clear signal that everything went great, he'll take that information back to your workplace if you would like for him to. Now there's a couple key things I'd like to point out right here. The first is that we are voluntary. What we do, we only do if you give us permission to do that. We don't say anything or do anything unless we have your strict permission. The second thing is that this is confidential, and it's very important. What you say to your chaplain stays with your chaplain. Your chaplain will not be getting into your personnel records, or any of your conversations will not be going into your personnel records. Your chaplain will not be going right to your supervisor and sharing conversations, nor will he talk to your owner about what you talk about. As a matter of fact, you can be confident that as you look around your workplace, that your chaplain will not be sharing anything you talk about with any of these fellow workers here. Now there are two exceptions to our confidentiality policy, and I think you'll find them to be very agreeable. The first, if your chaplain believes you're going to be hurting yourself or someone else, he's going to do whatever he can to stop that. Second of all, if there is a possibility of child abuse, your chaplain is required by law to involve other professionals in that matter. Now your chaplain, he's able to help with a variety of things, but let's suppose that you're not going in for surgery. Suppose your family member's going in for surgery. And wouldn't it be great if your chaplain could go in and visit them with your permission? He'd go visit them in the hospital while they're having surgery. Your chaplain can do a variety of things. Let me just share a few of those with you. Your chaplain can help you with family matters. He can help you set up a family budget. Unfortunately, sometimes folks have to go to court. Your chaplain can sit with you in a courtroom. Maybe you have a family member that is in jail. Your chaplain can visit them in jail. Some of the most difficult times in life, death and loss, your chaplain can conduct funerals and weddings. He is an ordained minister, so he is able to do those things. He's able to assist you with all sorts of grief care. Now, there's a few things your chaplain cannot do. The main thing is that your chaplain, he's not going to stop you from your work or stop you from doing what you need to be doing while you're at the workplace. It's very important. The second thing, your chaplain's not going to come in and be a mediator between you and your boss. Your chaplain is not going to be getting involved in operational matters. If you get a parking ticket, your chaplain's probably not the person to call for that. Or if you want a pay raise or a day off or a vacation, I'm not so sure your chaplain can really help you with that. Well, before we get into our time of asking questions, I want to take a minute and just talk about two questions that we always are asked. I'm going to go ahead and head those off. And the first of those two questions is this: what denomination are you? That is a great question. We are non-denominational, non-sectarian, and non-discriminatory. Those three words basically mean that it doesn't matter what your faith system is or what your belief is. Your chaplain is going to serve you and your family in a non-discriminatory way. The second question we get asked is, what qualifies this man to be my chaplain? And that is a great question. Your chaplain, their greatest quality, and their first and greatest quality, is that they love people. But also, your chaplain, they're seminary trained, they are ordained, they have 7 to 10 years of workplace experience. They know what it means to punch a clock. We as corporate chaplains, we put your chaplains through a battery of tests, through a 10-year DMV background financial check, through temperament analysis, through personality tests, through gift tests, through interviews. We do this so that you can be assured that their highest and greatest quality is that they're able to care for you and care for people. So we're going to just take a moment and we're going to give your chaplain an opportunity to introduce himself to you. So here's your chaplain. Thank you for that. It's great to hear from the chaplain. Now it's time for you to ask me questions. Maybe earn $5. You take that $5 and take that into Starbucks and get you a mocha, or buy yourself a $5 footlong. Who knows? So go ahead, ask me any question that you might have. All right. Finally, I want to leave you with two thoughts. First, you may be sitting there and thinking to yourself, boy, it's sure great that we're having this program. I just don't think I'm going to be someone that's going to need a chaplain. And you know what? You may be right. But statistically, we have found that just about everybody goes through a crisis in their life. And isn't it great to know that you've got someone that you can call? You know, if maybe you're not someone that has to go through a difficult time, isn't it great to know that you just have a new friend? Why don't you take that card that you just received and take that card and maybe file it away or put it away and right next to your insurance card, so that you know that when something comes up, you are able to call your chaplain, that he is there for you. And finally, the last thought I'd like to leave you with is that you can be extremely proud of your ownership here. You see, they are bringing in this program at no cost to you. We have found that less than 2% of businesses think this highly of their employees, that they would offer a benefit like this at no cost to you. Isn't it great to know that you have an ownership that cares for you? Well, that concludes our time together. We're going to take a moment and we're going to pass out some brochures. Those brochures are going to pretty much tell you anything that your chaplain can do for you. Take those home, and let me just encourage you to share that with your family, to let them know that your chaplain is there for them as well. Thank you, and God bless.